Hello, everybody, and welcome. Thank you for joining me today. I hope that helped. I was been getting some messages about how my lives are starting a little bit lately. You guys are missing some, so I told everybody I would start with our countdown timer, and I'm going to fix it for you. I think there we go. So I first of all want to start too. I apologize. I should have been home today, but I'm going to go to bed here, and I'm trying to arrange my camera so it looks a little bit better for you guys. So I do apologize. My flight home got, well, I actually got bumped off my flight. So I'm still in the hotel, and I expected to be home. So I have to say I'm a little not the way I would like to show up for you guys. Normally I would not be wearing a t-shirt. I might wouldn't be showing, but I still need to show up regardless of flight, whatever happened, right? So I am in Salt Lake City instead of beautiful Florida right now, which Salt Lake is beautiful as well. But I'm in Salt Lake City, stranded until tomorrow. So I get to spend some time with you guys here today. So I do welcome you guys. Yes, here we go, Jalen, and I welcome you. Thank you so much for taking the time out to join me. My name is Evelyn Knight. I am the host of the Chapter Business Podcast and the CEO and founder of Chapter Business Professionals. What we've been talking a lot about, I told you a lot about it yesterday. We're a coaching company that helps owners and directors learn how to navigate the business of childcare. I see Shaylin's in here. She is one of my owners in my group right now. And she's one who actually, it's so cool that she is doing a lot more work from home now. So really that's what we teach. We try to empower you to know that you don't have to work for 70-hour weeks. You don't have to work for 12-hour days. It doesn't have to happen. It really doesn't. So we really can help to teach you a better way. There's absolutely a better way. So I do welcome you. If you have questions about the membership, ask your concierge. They're happy to help you out. I'm going to need some keys here really quick, guys. I want to be able to see my notes, but again, I was expecting to be doing this from home today in my normal studio, so I'm improvising. But you just have to just adapt, right? And if there's something that one thing COVID taught all of us is how to pivot, how to just adapt and go with the flow when these things happen. We still have to show up. We still have to make things work, even if you get bumped off your flight and get stuck in Salt Lake City, right? I still have to show up for you, even if you normally would never show up wearing airplane clothing. So I'm here though, just like I should be. So welcome and thank you so much for joining me. I want to know, have you guys ever gotten bumped off a flight? Where have you been stranded and stuff? I mean, they seem to be all pretty nice, I have to say. I'm not going to complain. They are taking care of me, put me up in a very, very nice hotel. So I'm not going to complain that I really miss my dog. So let me know, have you been stranded? Where did you get stranded? I mean, sometimes, getting stranded in Miami, that is not a problem. So, like, I'm just kind of away from anything. There's like nothing around here, but I can't really see the mountains, and I miss my mountains so much. So let me know in the comments. Have you been stranded? Where have you been stranded? What was your experience like? Did you have fun? Was it a good thing? From those of you who follow me, one of my mentors told me the story that I absolutely love. It's the good thing, bad thing, who knows? And sometimes things that happen we may think are bad, but they turn out to be pretty good. So you just never really know, right? So thank you for joining us. I'm going to have a guest. I'm sorry, but I'm going to just grab my phone to make sure that my guest does not need to get a hold of me for anything, for any reason. I am sorry about that. Normally, I would not want to get off of camera, but I do just want to make sure everything is good. Maybe one of my team members can reach out to our guest today just to make sure everything is good on her end. That would be great. So again, we're doing this now at 1 p.m. I will be in the chat at 5 p.m. Pacific time live, which is 8 p.m. Eastern time. I don't even know what time zone I'm on. I'm on Mountain Time right now in Salt Lake City. So all these different time zones, all these different times, right? that will be showing up live. So just for your time zone, base it off my Pacific time, but we will be here answering questions and answers. If you don't have a concierge yet, let us know so we can get all the resources that are available to you. Let us know if you need somebody to work with. I've got Moira and Lisa and Pam and Mandy and Christina in the comments interacting with you guys. So let us know if we can't really hear you. You guys cannot hear me, huh? Okay, let me fix that as well. This is totally thought I would be working from my sorry guys, I thought I would be working. Totally thought I would be working from my studio today, so I am sorry about that. I might be stepping too far away from my laptop. That may be what's going on here. So I do apologize. Part of being live, or these things happen. They just it happens when you do these live events. But it is nice to be live and be able to connect with you guys. Let me see what's going on with my mic. I think that is. Oh, it says. Let's see. Get this mic going. See if we can get it working. Sorry. I am so sorry for the delay, everybody. Can you guys hear me better if I step closer? Just stay close to the computer. Okay, that's better. Okay, just another thing to adapt to, right? We can do this. So, you know, this is real life. And I know one of the things that everybody says to me, something I get all the time, is that I always look like I have it so together, right? And it's like things just work out for me. Well, this is what happens. It's not that I have it always together. It's not that things are always working out. It's that I just show up anyway, no matter what is coming my way. And I figure it out and I learn to just roll with the punches, put a smile on my face. For those of you who have been around me for a while, you know, I've been through a lot in the last year. And there we go, I'm connected. I actually lost my husband in July. He went through a very long and tedious battle. It was about a 3-year period before he passed away. So if there's one thing I've learned, it's to roll with the punches with a smile on my face. There's so much that can take our joy away, but we just have to keep positive. Just absolutely, no matter what happens, we gotta just show up with a smile and just keep on going, right? So this is that today. Okay, so let me just go through some housekeeping. We got a lot of questions from you guys on yesterday. And today, by the way, we are going to be talking about creating your vision. Your vision is going to be a huge piece of your puzzle when it comes to the success of your student and your practice. It really is everything. It's the teaching, the students, onboarding families, onboarding staff members. It is everything, right? I still feel nothing. The audio is separated. Okay. How is that? Is the audio better now? You guys can't hear me any longer? Okay. Can you hear me? Is that good? So can somebody type in there, or we can hear you? Okay, and is that clearer now? Better? Okay, perfect. Sorry, I'm so sorry, you guys, that this is happening, but it is part of not doing pre-recorded video. So again, what was I don't even remember. Oh, we were talking about the program. So a lot of you were asking, because I introduced the different things in my program yesterday, and so I was going to just give you guys a little bit more information, and your concierge can give you more information. There is so much that goes into my program. I see a couple of my members here joining us. So for those of my members, Colleen, Shaylin, those of you who are part of my program, in the chat, just tell everybody else what
benefit you have found from being a member of Childcare Business Professionals Mastermind Group, what we do for you. But basically, we are running a special this week. Oh, the cost for the monthly membership is $497 a month, which is a steal for everything you get. You will literally get everything you need to completely revamp or create a childcare program. Everything. I actually was approached last week by somebody who develops franchises, and they have actually asked for me to turn everything I have into a franchise because I already have it all. But that's what I do for my members. I give this to you, and they were literally trying to tell me, they said, you give this to all your members, but that's crazy. They literally said to me, everything you're giving them is the entire kit that you need to have a successful childcare center. You could be selling this as a franchise and make royalties for the rest of your life off of these people. I'm like, yeah, but is that really what I want? I mean, as a business coach, I really want to see you guys just flourish without me getting a cut for the rest of my life, right? Which is what they were pretty much trying to talk me into doing. So in the membership, we have it so that you guys can join us. Basically, every week I do 2 office hours where I show up and you get to pick my brain. We work together in a cohort with other amazing owners like Colleen and Shaylin who are on there. We just sort through problems. You don't have to show up. You can, it's optional. I also do a weekly training every single week on something business practices. We also have pre-recorded trainings and modules set up that we'd like you to go through in order to get to where we need. You will get my 6-month onboarding program. How do we do the onboarding? My policies and procedures, everything that I've created for my own center, we train you on how to use it in your own center. For this week only, by the end of today, we have a promotion where we will give you over 15% off of that $497 a month if you pay the year in full. You do have to pay the entire year in full, and we do have a discounted amount for you right now. The big deal that we're doing, I mean, it's a huge savings. I know we calculated it. It's right around a $900 savings, but we're also adding a strategic advisory call with my executive team. So my executive team is in the comments right now, and they can basically tell you pretty much what it is that you get. But they can also, they are just genius. Absolutely. You guys see me all the time, but you don't see how genius the women that work for me are. I'm only one piece of the puzzle, but I have genius people that work with me. So I wanted to bring up Colleen's comment. I've been working with Sean for 35 plus years and learning and gained so much from Evelyn. Oh, thank you. I've been a member since very early on. Yes, you have. You've been a member for a couple years now. And that's something we see a lot of, where members won't leave because they get so much out of it. Even after they've done the modules, just the weekly trainings, the office hours, we really just come together. And I see one of my members has actually just come into the weight room, so I'm going to bring her on because she can talk to us a little bit about what she gets from the membership. So I'm going to add her. Hi, Tara. How are you?
Good. How are you?
You know what, Tara? I am having problems with my sound, so let me really quick make sure that. Okay, let me see if I can hear you now.
Can you hear me now?
I can hear you. Everybody else might have heard you, but I could. But now I can hear you, yes.
Great.
So Tara, we were just talking about what everybody gets from the membership. So really quick, as an owner who is one of my members, what do you feel like you get out of it?
For myself personally, it's allowing me to work on my business rather than in it. So I'm constantly at the computer, going through your mind, using your research, and there's so many that I haven't even barely gone through them. Look, I find something amazing, I work on it right away. But then between that, the calls and the ideas that I have something else to work on. It's absolutely amazing. There's just so much stuff. And then my directors, they're the whole puzzle.
I'm going to bring them on right now. Actually, they're here with us, and I'm actually going to change how this is formatted a little bit so you can see everybody, so we can all be seen together. I'm trying to make sure, well, we're going to leave it like that because there's two of you guys and Tara and I are single. So the reason that we invited you guys on is so that everybody can see Tara is actually an owner that lives in Florida, and her directors and her centers are in New York. So one of the things we've really worked on is trying to help coordinate this relationship and this dynamic of being an owner that's away from her directors. And so let me ask you guys, how has this helped your partnership and the relationship as owners and director?
Did you want to answer that or the girl?
Tara, why don't you start and then the girls can answer?
I think it's really great because before we were part of your, before we did management, to kind of be all over. We didn't know when we should call each other, when we should work on what, and it significantly organized us, I would say.
Yes, we've used lots of your resources. We found your podcast.
Yes.
We join your calls every week, and it's just great being with like-minded people, and we get more information than we could ever need, really.
Yeah, especially compared to some of the other companies we've used. This one definitely is a lot more personal, and that helps a lot.
Well, that makes me very happy to hear that we're a lot more personal. And when you say personal, is that like in the problem, like, because I know in office hours, we just dive into and do problem solving on what you are actually dealing with live in your center. Is that what you guys mean?
Yeah, that's really helpful.
And there's not many, we get answers really quick, and it's really nice. And having Lisa as my concierge, and she's always quick to reply to anything that I ask, and it's very nice.
So let's talk about that relationship with Lisa. So everybody who comes in as a member gets an advisor concierge, right? And so basically their role is to make sure you get what you need. So why don't you guys tell us how that relationship works for you?
So Lisa constantly checks in with us. Like, there's not a day that goes by that I personally don't get a message in my inbox from her. See this is happening. And I believe it's the same with you girls, right?
Yes.
And then I, of course, meet with her once a month. I think I've even met with her twice a month sometimes, depending on what we're working on. And then what I have to say that's going on, it sparks an idea in her brain, and she'll say, wait a minute, I have to get you on a call with so-and-so, someone else from your team. So just last week, maybe it was the week before, I was talking to Lisa, I told her something, and she said, hold on, wait a minute, let me get you on a call. And we hopped on a call with someone else, and we looped in Jessica and Danielle.
Yes.
And that's how our master coaching system works. We have master coaches who help with like the classroom management and behavior. We have a master coach that's life coaching mindset. I have a master coach who does multiple centers that are faith-based. Then we also have the business. We have a financial master coach. I mean, we have the HR. So there's a lot that we try to bring you guys in, and our advisor's role is basically exactly what you guys described, is to get you those resources that you need, right? The other reason I wanted to bring you guys on is just to let everybody out there see that we work with, when you become a member of Child Care Business Professionals, we consider your company a member. So basically, we're working with the owner and director, and we're really trying to strengthen that partnership. And it really does help that, like, Tara, you're in New York, or other way around, you're in Florida, you guys are, I bet you guys would like to switch with her sometimes, huh? Especially in the winter, right? All right. So you guys get to all work together, and we can coordinate everything and really just come alongside you and not only level up where you are from the business. You guys have an amazing program when it comes to your quality care and education, but the business side of things is where we've really helped you level up, but we also help in coordinating that. Would you guys say that that's pretty accurate?
Oh yeah, big time. I even think just the comfort level of being able to come to you guys for help is big, because the girls will come to me and I'll say, you know what? I don't know the answer. Wait till Tuesday. We have to see Evelyn, or we have to ask some of the other girls in our coaching group. And so it just helps us become more of a team and feel secure in saying we just don't know.
Well, what I love too about especially office hours, is there's times where we come together, and I know like Terry, you'll answer questions, right? Where an owner will come on and say, I need help with this. And Tara will just say, well, this is what we do. And it works out beautifully. And then you guys, like you did that amazing art show, that was another amazing thing that you guys were able to help us with. So one of the things I love about our mastermind is that it's not just me and my staff that's bringing the expertise, but we have this think tank of amazing owners and directors who all bring something to the table, and we're not alone, right? And it's high level too, so we're not also in a group of people who are just whining and complaining about the children, which is just something I wouldn't tolerate anyway. So it's a very positive, high level experience. Would you guys agree with that?
Yes.
Oh, yes, very much so.
We're a community.
Yeah.
Yes, we're a community. I really like how, we are a community, and to the point that I know we're all looking forward to, even you guys are coming to my summit, right? So we're all going to even be together live, which is going to be so much fun. So I'm so looking forward to that. The other thing I really want to point out also is we hear so much. When I get messages from people, one of the things I'm hearing all the time is, Evelyn, you don't understand. This team I have, it's not them. I need to fire and rehire. This is a team that you already had, Tara. We're working with your existing team. So often, owners and directors too, but most of the time I think it's owners fall into this trap of, my team is awful, and they don't realize that it's their lack of leadership skills and business knowledge that is really hindering this growth, right? So what I love is that it's your team that you already had. You didn't have to go out and build a new team. You've enhanced the team that you've already had. Do you have any comments on that?
Yeah, I mean, so definitely hiring is such an issue in the industry right now. We've been able to use your group to just learn so much to make our team better. But I think it also starts with us. So we're learning to make ourselves better to then make our team better, if that makes sense. And I can't tell you how many times me, Jessica, and Danielle have been talking, and then they've said, hey, wait a second, but Evelyn said we should do it like this, or Evelyn said we have to remember. That's definitely, team building is a huge part of it.
Well, that makes my heart happy to know that it actually does make a difference on your everyday. So that really does make me excited. Well, do you guys have any other thoughts before we move on? Anything you guys would? Oh, Mandy wrote in the comments, but Evelyn said, "Oh my gosh, it's so funny." My business coach, I used to say that she was like my Jiminy Cricket, because I would want to do things and then I would stop myself and I would just, but it's like I'm becoming that person. How crazy. So do you guys have any parting thoughts?
I do. I think that it's very important to have a coach and be surrounded with like-minded people. And I think it just pushes you to level up and to want more for yourself, and to know that there's other people in the same position as you, because it can get very, very lonely in early childhood. So I just think that being a part of a coaching group is so very important and the best. So I just want to thank you. And more importantly, I want to thank you for my team, because these two girls, Jessica and Danielle, I have seen tremendous growth in them in the last 2 months since they have been present on all of the calls. And it is absolutely.
Well, thank you so much for that. I appreciate that you guys show up and do the work. There is no guarantee, right? What I tell everybody is there's no magic pill, but if you show up and you do the work, you will see change and you will see progress. So I'm going to let you guys go, but thank you so much for taking the time to join me today. I really, really appreciate it, everybody. Bye, ladies. So I hope that was helpful. If you have any other questions, please add them in the comments. Let me know what you think of Tara and her team. They are amazing. I'm just really proud of the work they do, and they really do put the work in. But in case you've been wondering, like, what can I get out of this? I already have a director. I want to just free myself. I mean, like Tara had to suddenly up and move from her centers. Right, when we started working with her, she was living in New York and her husband got transferred to Florida. She suddenly had to move and leave her centers behind. So we've really been able to come alongside her and help her be that owner that doesn't have to be there all the time. Really help to develop and train her directors. And like you just heard her say, she has seen so much growth and development since we've been doing this collaboration. So let us know what you guys think about that, or if there's anything, if that really resonates with you, reach out to your concierge and let them know. They could really get on a call with you. If you want more information about the Mastermind Group, I have seen a couple of my team members in the comments. They have dropped the link in the comments. Go ahead and check that out. See what all you get. I know so many of us have that grant money right now, right? And this is a great way to spend it. We do have an invoice that I have already put together for other centers where you can submit this as part of a grant expense if you need it, right? But before, let me just say, check with your accountant. I'm not an accountant. Every state and every policy is different. So I have what I can provide with you, but it doesn't mean every place will guarantee that they'll take it. Some people have been approved for it, but I can't guarantee that. But just keep that in mind. This is professional development for your team, right? Which is vital. So let us know, and don't pass up that opportunity for that strategic advisory call. That strategic advisory call with my executive team and I is worth $5,000 by itself. It's pretty much what we would charge for the three of us to be in one room taking our time. Understand that when the three of us are together, that is literally taking like 3 hours of our day where we would normally be working. For me, myself, I basically strategize. I know what my time is worth. The journey I've been on with my husband, going and watching somebody that you love go through what he went through and then losing him, has taught me that time is the most valuable asset in the world. I used to value money so much, right? But I've come to realize that money comes and goes. It comes, you get paid, it just goes, it flows, right? It's just constantly flowing. But time is gone. It is gone forever. So because I value my time so much, I make sure that I use it very wisely, which is why I do things like office hours. I make sure that I do things that are very impactful, right? And I once upon a time decided I'm not going to do anything that I wouldn't pay anyone under $1,000 an hour to do. And when I did that, it really changed my life. That is something I teach you guys too in my membership. How do you get to that point, right? How do you realize, okay, if I wouldn't pay somebody this, and this is something you should be thinking about with your directors anyway. If you wouldn't be paying somebody less than $50 an hour to do it, as an owner director or as a director, you should not be doing that task. It is a waste of your money and a waste of your time, right? But those are the kind of mindset shifts that you've got to have if you're going to be a successful business owner. That is really the key to success in early childhood education. So let your concierge know. Again, stay tuned for the word of the day today. We will be getting to that shortly. So today I did tell you guys we were going to talk about vision, and I know I'm ranting, but I know that my mastermind is such a huge value. I know the impact and the transformation it can have in your life. I know the stress reduction that it'll bring to your life. I know the financial relief. I've been through it. I've been through it. I was once an owner that was ready to quit. I thought I was going to leave ECE forever, even though I'm so passionate about it, right? But when I learned the things that I teach, it completely transformed my life. And it was my entire life, not just my business. When I was in that place of just desperation and depression because my business was failing so badly, even my health suffered. Like I told you guys yesterday, I was 150 pounds heavier than I am today. But when you get things in line and when you really start working on that mindset piece, everything starts falling into place, right? And I'm not saying that all of you are going to lose 150 pounds. I'm just telling you from my experience and why I do this. When I really started learning all of these things, every part of my life really just started to fall into place because I was learning how to be a better version of me, right? I stopped accepting the life I was living and I started leveling up. That is why I also focus so much on mindset and the psychology behind business, because without your focus being in the right place, you're never going to be free. You're never going to get to that place that you want to be, and you will just mentally feel exhausted. I know I felt like my center owned me for a while. I didn't feel like I owned the center. It literally felt like it was a noose around my neck that was just pulling me under, and it felt like it owned me. I was there from open to close, and all of the things, it felt like everything always went wrong. I realize now that it wasn't. I was just so overwhelmed at the time, right? That you get to the point that all you can see is the negative. And every day, it just gets harder and harder to get out of your car and walk through that door. I know, I've been there. I've sat in my car, in my parking lot, same parking lot I still go to now. And I have stared at those doors and I literally prayed, God, how am I going to walk in that building? I can't do this anymore. Literally. But I know that that's what God put me here for. God brought me here for a reason. God put me through what I went through. I see so clearly now for a reason. And now I see how much I can help you because of what I went through, right? So if I can save you from that pain, if that resonates with you, you know what it's like to sit in your car and not want to walk in because of the stress of managing your team or the stress of failing financially, then you need us. The other thing I need to say about that is that the other thing, right now it feels like we're very financially secure because a lot of us have a lot of grant money, but I want you to really look at your books and take that grant money out. What is the health of your center like when you take your grant money out? Are you still turning a profit? Because if you're not, then you're not doing well. That grant money is going to go away. It is going to go away. So while you have it, use it to position yourself and up level. Right? So Shaylin here, I'm going to actually show you her comment. Level up is my center's word for this year. Yay! And that's exactly what we were doing. I would have never imagined the team building that so that's awesome. Shaylin is one of our members as well, who is just amazing in herself. I mean, she is one of those owners. She actually works for the local college that she in her area, and she actually is a CDA. Shaylin, you can explain it. I know I'm messing up how I'm wording it, but she actually works on the CDA program. She is one of the people who go out there and can get your teachers CDA certified. So she's a very high level owner, right? But she is still a part of our program, still working together, and she's one of those people that in office hours she contributes so much. Right. So I have to confess, Shaylin, a lot of times I always think, I wonder sometimes, like, I know I'm like her business coach, but I feel like sometimes like she should be my coach too. So that is just the level of people we have in the program, where it really is a much higher level program. It is a positive environment instead of these environments right now that are really kind of negative and bringing people down. So make sure that you join us. It really is worth everything, and you are worth the investment. So basically, let's just jump into vision. I do have a podcast episode on vision, which hopefully my team can drop the link in the show notes, that really goes into helping create your vision. Within my mastermind membership, I also have an entire unit that is on vision, because vision is your foundation, right? If you guys think about like the oh gosh, I'm thinking about the Three Little Pigs. I don't even know if that's the right one. But your vision is basically the foundation of your house. If you're building a house on sand, it's going to crumble, right? Vision is where you're going to prepare and really create that foundation for your company. It is vitally important. Vision is your destination, okay? When you're going on vacation, let's say you decide that I live in Reno, Nevada, okay, beautiful Lake Tahoe is close to me. Let's say you decide tomorrow that you want to go visit Lake Tahoe. Are you just going to get in your car and start driving? You have your destination in mind, right? Do you go on vacation and just get in your car and start driving? Do you wake up this morning and say, I'm going to go on a vacation and I'm going to get in my car and just drive, right? Some people do, I know. But most of the time we don't. We have a destination in mind. We have a roadmap, right? Your vision is that destination. That is what you're working towards. Your mission is your roadmap to get there. So we have to have that vision and the mission in order to be successful in everything, recruiting, retaining, all of it. Your vision statement will define what your center will always be working to accomplish. It is never ending. You will never finish getting there. For me, it is providing the highest quality standards for the children that are based on the best outcomes according to research around the world, not the United States, but the world. So that is my vision, right? So that is something we're constantly working towards. That doesn't end. We can't just say, okay, here it is today. Tomorrow, it has to be maintained and we have to keep working and working and working towards it, right? So it is something that you should always be working towards. There are 3 C's that I teach, and I'm just going to go over this briefly with you today. That I call it the 3 C's for vision. Your vision has to be clear, concise, and contagious, right? Clear, concise, and contagious. It basically is a very clear message that others can understand. When you explain it, those people that you've been working on figuring out their values and their character all week, those people you're going to go and try and attract. The ones that you are going to, even if you're doing advertising, they are the people you are talking to, right? That is why your vision has to be clear. You have to know how you're going to communicate that to them. You have to know, based on those values and characters you want, who fits in with this vision, right? It has to be contagious because when they see it, they want to be a part of it. I have had a few of you ask about the recruiting model that I'm teaching, and it doesn't happen overnight. I'll tell you that sometimes it does, but very, very rarely. It's usually this slower process where you're really teaching people about your vision, right? And then it's to the point that it's a movement that they want to be a part of. And you can have micro movements, right? It can be a movement within your neighborhood. It doesn't have to be this huge movement where you're changing the world. Just a little movement in the area that you live. You are affecting those children in that region, right? And then you're going to find those people that look at your vision, they see where you're going, and they want to get there too. So they are going to jump on your van, right? They're going to get on your bus and they're going to go to your destination with you. But if you don't have that destination, then you're not going to attract those people who want to go on this journey with you, right? If you don't have the destination, you're not going to have any kind of plan on how to get there. So your vision is very, very important in accomplishing all that. My vision statements have been the hardest thing to create. They are not easy. My son actually specializes in a lot of this. He actually took a lot of college classes on it. He took my vision statement, which is to make sure that all children, regardless of their socioeconomic status, has access to the highest quality early childhood care and education. That is my vision statement, right? He challenged me to gain a much deeper understanding of that vision statement. And he told me I need to dissect that, and to the point that it was just so painfully obvious. He basically told me to take every single word in that statement and tell me why it was there. Every word. When I got finished, it came down to one thing. That is the heart of my vision, is that all children deserve the love they are not receiving in our society. That was it. That's it, right? And then everything revolves around that. So when I was talking to you about the queen bee, that high quality is our queen bee role. But why is that my queen bee role? It's because children in our society today are not getting the love they deserve, right? I want to paint this picture for you. This is exactly, if you were somebody I'm recruiting, my girls in there, they can attest to this, right? When I talk, Lisa, you're the first one, I just saw your name pop up in the comments, so I'm going to use you as the example. When I was telling Lisa about my vision, I am a God girl, so my vision is actually revolves around the book of 1 John and just bringing the love of Christ to the world, right? So I talked to her and told her this, like, God has called me. The children are not receiving the love that Christ gives to all of us. God told me basically that I am here to make sure children get love, right? And I painted this picture for her. Now, I want you to imagine the typical day for a child that goes to my child care center. I'm open from 5:30 a.m. to 6:30 p.m. every day. A lot of these children get dropped off at 6 a.m. I live in an area where we are a little bit rural. We are, a lot of parents actually work 12-hour days. They work like anywhere from 10 to 12-hour days, right? So they're getting dropped off at 5:30 a.m. and they're not getting picked up till 6 p.m. And usually 4 days a week, and then they are dropped off that 5th day for a couple less hours because the parents are exhausted and they need time to clean their house and do their own thing, right? So they usually still come for about 8 hours on their short days, okay? So what happens when they get picked up? They get picked up and they go straight to softball practice or soccer practice or dance or gymnastics. Then they rush home, get dinner shoved down their throat, they take their bath, and they go to bed. And then the next day they do it all over again. And then what happens on the weekend? The parents are running to Costco. They're running to get their groceries. They're doing just trying to get everything done, get the house in order, do whatever, right? Go to birthday parties, just check all those boxes that you have to check off to get through daily life. But when are those children receiving love? When is there an adult in their life just taking that time to listen to them, to love them, to show them that they are the most important thing in the world, right? There is nothing more important on this planet than the children we take care of. Nothing. When you can clearly convey that message to people like I just conveyed it to you, they want to work for you. They want to work for you. They want to be a part of that. When you can paint that picture, right, like I just did, how many of you guys did I just make tear up a little bit? Let me ask you that, because I tear up every time I say it. I just had to fight back tears myself, right? When I really think about it, because I know how real that is to you guys out there, because you're on the same mission. I'm sure a lot of you are on the same mission, that you see the love that these children desperately need, and you want to bring it to them as well. You may not know that that's what it is, right? But you see the lives they're going home to. You see what is really happening, right? I tell a story too, and I also want you guys to really think about, on the other hand, some of these other children, right? You may not be in lower socioeconomic centers like I am, but you might actually still have some other issues that, and I'm actually looking for something. I'm sorry, I know this is like totally impromptu. I didn't even think about doing this, but I just had this thought to show you guys a visual that I sometimes use that is extremely powerful in this area. But sometimes there's children out there who we don't even know need us, right? And I want to show you guys this picture really quick. And I'll explain why, but this is something that you can do, absolutely. When it comes to really showing the children, right, your vision, this is something that I would not object from doing at all. Let's see. Okay. I'm going to show you a picture of a small child. This little girl here was once upon a time appeared to be in a wonderful home. She was actually very well taken. It appeared to be she was very well taken care of. She was always showed up clean. She always showed up like she looked very healthy. She was well fed. Her mother obviously loved her very, very much, and she was what everybody would think very, very well taken care of, right, at her child care center. What the people in her center did not know is this child was actually witnessing a lot of abuse, right? She was actually going home, and that little girl has actually seen her mother get strangled with her own hair. She's actually seen her father break her mother's ribs. She has seen her brother get severely abused, right? She was going to childcare, and everybody thought she was coming from the perfect home. They had no idea what was happening behind closed doors. She lived in a very rich neighborhood, was raised with money, was raised very well, right? Nobody knew what was happening because her mother painted such a great picture of the perfect family life. That child is me. That was me as a child. I was the child who needed a very strong preschool program. And that is why I do a lot of the work I do today, because we don't know. You have no idea which one of those children in your centers needs you desperately, right? Now imagine you tell that story when you're recruiting somebody, right? But it needs to be authentic. Obviously, this is from my heart. That is what your vision, it has to be authentically from your heart. They have to know what your heart is. Early childhood education is so much more than us just owning businesses or just running a business, right? When you really understand that and you catch this vision and you truly, truly have a deep understanding of why you do the work you do, you can change the world. And when you can, people are going to want to work for you. They're going to want to come in, and you're going to be able to hire them. You're not going to have a hard time hiring because of that kind of passion, right? If I show them that picture of that little girl and I tell them my story, that I was the child who was watching a lot of abuse. For some reason, it never happened to me. I'm the only child in my family it never happened to. But I saw a lot of abuse in my life. I had a pretty awful childhood. Most of my family, most of the people would never have believed that, and they didn't actually. When my mom actually tried to go get help, nobody believed her because she and my dad had painted such a perfect picture of what my family, you almost said she looks like me. My dad and my mom had painted such a perfect picture of our family, and we were wealthy, right? So nobody really believed us when it was time. And I actually was one of the first to come out and confess when I was in high school, when I just couldn't take it anymore. So the point though is that you don't know which child desperately needs you, right? Your teachers don't know. You spread that message to the world that we are doing this work, and the children that need us the most, we don't even know they need us the most, right? But we can change these lives. These children whose childhoods are getting stolen from them. That is literally what's happening right now. That's the work we do. The power that we have behind that, none of you should be having a hard time recruiting right now, because the power in the work we do is so huge. But you need to understand that in your heart, right? And that is your vision. When you understand in your heart why you're doing this, it will become contagious. And when it becomes contagious, you're suddenly going to have people who want to work with you. Mandy and Christina are in the chat right now. I recruited both of them. They both took a significant pay cut to come work for me. They both took a huge gamble to come work with me, right? But these are two people that when they understood the work that we're doing, they were all in. They were all in. When they understood that the change we can make out in the world, what we're putting out there, is so much more valuable than a paycheck. They were all in, right? So I'm literally living what I teach here by just, I mean, all 5 of my team members that you guys have been working with, Lisa, Moira, Pam, Mandy, Christina, they were all recruited. I did not post a job ever, not one time for this company. But with Mandy and Christina, it's a little bit different because they went from very high level corporate style jobs and took pay cuts to come in and work for my mission, right? And it just is a living example. And yes, Lisa too. Lisa was recruited, and Lisa's an HR specialist. She could have been doing so much more. They all could have. And Moira, you were recruited. Moira has her bachelor's as a teacher. Each one of those ladies could be doing a lot more money-wise, right? They could be making more money than what they do working for me. Every single one of my staff members could be. But they chose to come work for me anyway because they understood. And I had to know, though, just keep in mind, if I did not know my vision so clearly, if I did not know why I am doing what I'm doing, I would not have been able to go to them and explain it to them, right? I would not have been able to tell them why this work is so important. I would not have been able to bring them in to my program, right? I think with a couple of you guys, it did just take one conversation. Sometimes it does take more, you know, and I did have relationships with them. I had to know them well enough to know that they fit my mission, right? And even with Mandy, I mean, Mandy, you and I worked together a lot, but I didn't know you as well. And Pam also, I knew you, but I didn't know you as well. But there were things I saw in them. There were things that I saw that heart, but I have to really understand my vision and my values to find those people, right? I really have to have a deep understanding to know who to approach, to know who's going to be that perfect fit, to know who's going to buy in and who's going to see life and the bigger picture in a way that money becomes secondary. I know that is all of your biggest fear right now, is that we can't afford enough. I couldn't either, but I did it anyway. They know I'm building something powerful and big and life-changing, and they want to be along for that. They buy into my vision. It is contagious. It is very clear, and I am very concise on it. So if you guys have any other questions on that, you really want to dive in, join us tonight again at 5 p.m. Pacific time, and I will be in the chat. We can I know this is a lot, right? I'm going to be in the chat. We can really discuss this. I'm adding a session tomorrow at 1 p.m. Pacific time. It's only going to air one time tomorrow. We're not going to do 2 times tomorrow, but we're going to do a question and answer session. I'll be live again like this, and we're going to chat in the chat. Basically, you guys can ask me questions. I can actually, I'm going to put Elizabeth, I'm going to actually put yours up here right now. So I can do this so I can actually answer your questions live. So make sure you join us tomorrow at 1 p.m. Pacific time so for the questions and answers. And again, I'm still doing that closed door Zoom meeting on Tuesday. So if any of you guys want to know more about our program, or if you just want to pick my brain, join us Tuesday as well. We're going to be doing bonuses on Monday as well. And then Sunday, for me, that day of rest is so very important. Self-care. I want my team to take time off, so we will not be doing anything Sunday. That is the time for all of us to refresh and rejuvenate. So I hope everybody has gotten a lot out of this. Let me know in the comments. I really do appreciate the feedback. And again, Tara and your team, I really appreciate you guys for coming in and doing that for us. That I really, really appreciate that more than I can say. And let me just go over my notes again, just to make sure that I got everything. Oh, yes, the word of the day. Today's the last day, so make sure that you send all the words in. We are giving everybody who sends a word in the PDF version of the ad I put out for when I'm recruiting people. Again, you guys, after what I taught you today, you should see why it is so important you to make this your own. You really want to make this your own, right? So make sure that when you take that, you don't just copy and paste it. You want to format it to your personality, right? Because again, you want that powerful message. But in order to have that powerful message, you need to know what it is. Why do you do what you do, right? So everybody's going to get that PDF. Then you also will be put in for the drawing for the $50 Amazon gift card. And then my notes on the word of the day are on the airplane right now. My luggage did not make it with me, so I'm actually trying to like go through the word of the day in my mind right now. Let me think. Oh my gosh, my team. Today was the last day, right? Okay, one of my team members, you guys help me make it. Check my phone. Okay, thank you. I'm sorry, I should have actually thought about this earlier, right? Okay, ladies, I'm checking my phone. Blessing, thank you. Word of the day today is blessing. Thank you so much. And I do apologize. I have just been every day I've had my planner here. I could look at the notes where the words of the day are written. My planner is on the airplane, so I didn't have it with you. I got it, Randy. Thank you. So today's word of the day is blessing. Make sure you send that and the entire phrase to your concierge so that you do get that PDF from just basically it's exactly what I write in advertising for my job openings. And also you will be entered into that drawing and we will announce the winner on Monday. I'll announce that winner team, you guys can let me know when I'm announcing that because I'm just a mess today since everything is chaotic for me. So I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. Hopefully tomorrow I will be doing our question and answer session from my studio. Wish me luck, everybody. I'm really ready to go home and not be in hotels anymore. So hopefully tomorrow, Monday session. Okay, Monday session, we will announce the winner. But tomorrow, I'm hoping I will not be traveling. But either way, even if I'm still not on an airplane, I will show up for you guys. Have a great rest of your day. Oh, before I log out, somebody's asked me to repeat the word one more time. It's blessing. So the word blessing.